Hey guys, you're watching one and only. My name is AJ. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Build a City. Now I know we've got a little bit left to do in the airport interior, but we've done 2 episodes I think in a row there now, and I don't want to sort of get tired of one thing. So we're just going to split it up a little bit, and today I want to build another skyscraper, okay? Now, I've done a sketch, like I do sometimes, of what I want this to look like. I never really ever show you guys my sketches though, because they're not really the greatest, but you guys always complain, so I'm going to show you what we're going to build today. We're going to build that. Now it's backwards for you, obviously, because this is a camera. Wow, the camera doesn't like A4 paper, does it? Well, that's better, I suppose. There we go. So, what you can see is an awful scribble that makes absolutely no sense. But, if I go through it with you, we've got... Where's my finger? There's my finger. This is going to be a gym, okay, with treadmills and things like that. This is going to be a clothes store, like a high-end clothes store, the ones that you find like on skyscrapers. And then all of this stuff in the middle is going to be either, unknown yet, either apartments, like higher end apartments, or office blocks. I don't know. We might go with office. We'll have to see how it comes out when it comes to Minecraft. So I'm going to pin that up there, and then I can see it. Okay, beautiful. Now, it's a little bit modern, so we want to go with sort of modern colours. All of our skyscrapers have been very modern so far. We've tried to keep them sort of stand out, different colours. This one's going to have a little bit of grey, or more grey blackish on it. What's happening with my mouse? Come on, mouse. Play with me now. Oh, don't play with me. So we want to have a sort of dark-ish colour, like a dark grey. Wool would be nice, but I don't like the texture, obviously, of the wool itself. Maybe the cyan clay. It's sort of about right. We did use cyan clay on bits of the Maze Bank Tower. Oh yeah, I still need to put that text on the other side. I need to do that. And my Lamborghini down there still. I forgot about that. We're also going to want to have, I think I'm going to use ice for the windows in this thing, especially on the top part. On the bottom, on the shop part, we'll use normal glass, but on the top part, we're going to want to have ice. We're going to want to have, what other clay do we have? A white clay. Like I want, hold on, I want this bit. I want that bit to be black. I want that bit to be silver. Or like a silver-ish block. That's a little bit too clean. The clay is a very high possibility. Crystal is see-through. Like I want just off-white. Or, you know, silvery. You know, that it might actually work. I'm going to go with it. I'm going to go with it. We're going to want to have a lot of carpet going around, or slabs to bring out some sections. And then I think I want like a white to go around the top there. We won't be doing that until later on though. And then further back, we'll probably go back to the grey again. So, where can we fit this in? Will it go in nicely in this corner here, or do I want to move it up a little bit in here? Maybe have a little bit of a car park between the two. That wouldn't be a bad idea. That's something that we need to sort of keep in mind. So, I'm going to start off with the silver part that sits behind the entrance to the fitness area. Let's say that we leave that big enough for a car park. If we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need to move that over by two blocks. Wouldn't be a bad. Like if I moved it over to here. Well, that'd be good. That'd be good for sure then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we've got like a nice amount of space for a car to drive between. I think I could actually probably move it back 1 block. Like that. And then we've got 2 car park or a car park on each side. So get rid of this. We have the fitness thing that comes out the front, but I'm not going to worry too much about that yet. It's just going to be like a little section that sort of goes out onto the front. Now, I've only also planned out one side of this skyscraper as well. So the backside, that side of it, we're sort of going to have to make up a little bit. Okay, that's good though. Then we go into what I want to be the grey area. So this is going to come out, I think I'm going to come out by 3 blocks, and I can get a nice window going down the middle. Apart from on the front, I want it to be a little bit wider. And I think we're going to do something like this, because this is the shop window to the clothes store that goes along here. It's a pretty sort of longish window. Oops. And then we have what will be the automatic doors in there, which will look absolutely beautiful, absolutely perfect. I might change those 2 blocks to like a glass. You check this out. Check this out. If we use a like white stained glass, we put that there, and then we get the player sensors. I could put them on either side of the door. If I just put the door down for the moment, these iron glass doors, I want them. Oh, I wanted them to sort of pop into the middle. That would have been sick. If I put it there. Oh, does it only do it with the jail doors? Because we know it does it with the prison. Or does it only do it with iron bars and the jail doors? I know there's something. Yeah, it does it with just iron bars. It doesn't do it with the glass panes. That's unfortunate. Okay, not a problem then. I just thought it'd be cool if the doors went to the middle. I still like the glass above it though, so we're going to keep that. And then I've got a couple of blocks spare. We might as well use this up. Do I want to drop it back at all? Maybe cool to have sort of a taller glass section, actually. Like a thin, taller glass section that sort of comes up here to about there. And then we'll wrap it around the side as well. We'll sort of have a 4-wide tall glass section in here. These are really tricky to do. Skyscrapers are really tricky to start off with, because you have to sort of plan so far ahead. It can be a little bit difficult sometimes. But all you've got to do is sort of just keep at it and not give up with it. And you'll find that you'll actually get something that you like really, really quickly. So we're going to have that there. And then I'm just going to put the lighter grey stuff on this side, so it's not that dark grey colour all the way around. There's the sort of blueprint for our skyscraper. It's not a big one, this one. It's not going to be a very tall one either. It's going to be shorter than that, I would expect. But it's still sort of classed as a skyscraper. Then we have this grey, which is the front of the gym, that comes out here. This is just sort of the reception room-ish sort of thing. And I think it'd be cool and weird if we had that sort of, just sort of pop around a little bit bigger. Gives us a little bit more room as well. Oh, no, because of the shop. We'll do it like that instead. And then I can sort of cut that out. I'm going to leave it there for the moment, because I know that's the corner then, but that will be removed later on. Now, we want this section to be pretty solid. Let's get rid of that, and let's get our wand. And we want 48. We want this to go up to a pretty decent height. I'm going to hazard a guess at maybe here. And I'm going to do that and do that. Set 48. That one to that one. Set 48. That one and that one. Set to 48. And then the windows above that, like on the sketch here. Let's get that. See, I had no windows for a little bit, but then the windows start higher up. We're still sticking to the plan. Now, the shop window on the front here, I do want something that sort of just pokes out. Maybe like a lighter clay, or maybe like this sort of clay. Oops, I threw the axe. Just sticking out where you can imagine the name of the shop would be. On there, like you can imagine, like, I don't know, what's like a really high-end sort of shop title, like Hillary's or something like that, I could imagine. Being in, written across there in the fancy text. I think it just looks really, really nice. Now, we want the grey part to go up. This is going to be, I think, the first bit that's going to really tell us the height of our building here. Oops. The height of how tall this skyscraper is going to be. I do want it quite high, but we don't want to go so tall that it looks too thin for its height. That's very easily done. All of these skyscrapers look wide enough at the base to be at that height. it's not actually as small as you think, this. But if we come up, we want it to be high enough that it doesn't look dwarfed compared to everything else that's going to be around it. I reckon we can go up. I reckon that's a pretty good height. Yeah, that's skyscraper height. I don't think that's going to look... That looks a perfect height, in fact. So, we're going to come from here all the way up to the top. It's a long way when you're trying to fly up it like that. And we want to set that to 159.9. So I guess what, this is going to have little tiny single windows in going up it. I might sort of put those in. No, I can't really put those in yet until I figure out that one. But we want this one to also come out. I'm going to go to the top first because there's like this really cool sort of wrap over window that I want to have on here. So I think maybe we're going to go 3 blocks in. So we're going to go to here, set that. And then I want this wraparound effect to happen. So this is going to be a white that comes up. You always have these sort of standout colors on these skyscrapers. You have, like, the majority of the skyscraper should be a one color or 1 or 2 colors. And then you have one extra color that brings it out, like really makes it pop. And then this is going to wrap all the way around the top and down the other side. And it's going to be roughly 5 or 6 blocks wide. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we done it there. Or I could go all the way to the end. I think all the way to the end would be really, really cool. And we put this up to the same height as the pillar next to it. All the way up to the top. Nearly there. It's 1 block too high. And then this will drop down on the other side once we get that as well. I might... Oh, yeah, I just need to extend that sort of clay part to here. So we can do that. There we go. And then that can come down this side. If we get the white, it's up this one. And the more of these sort of little layers and little lines that you do, the more of a skeleton that you'll build up with this skyscraper. And the more of the skeleton that you have of a building, the easier it is to fill the gaps between it, the flesh of it. If you sort of only have a very sort of thin, wiry skeleton, you'll end up having trouble filling it in nicely. So sort of start off with these basic lines in the floor plan like I did, then start thinking about the detail, like the block detail parts, fill in the gaps, keep going with that, and then fill in the gaps, and then finish off with like the windows and the glass and any finer carpet details and stuff like that. Is usually sort of the best route to go. So we've got this sort of wraparound section that goes over the top. On this part is actually going to be a really weird part. I want this to have sort of sunken back windows. So this comes all the way up. I might even do something similar to what we've got there. No, I don't want that right next to it, do we really? So that comes up to there. I think it's only, yeah, 2 blocks between. So this can come down this side. But then I want the windows to be just 1 block back. So I don't want them to be on the same level as the blocks. And we're using ice, packed ice, obviously, to give that sort of shimmer effect. So we have... I think if we do them every 2 blocks, it'll look nice. Now, I know I said you should sort of keep doing the wireframe first, but because we're not doing the interior to all of these buildings, to all of the skyscraper, we don't really need to worry about making sure that we've got room on the inside. Oh, what could I do there? Is there something cool that I could do there? Yeah, that could be pretty cool. And have that sort of wrap around the side. Do you know what I mean? I don't know where we'll stop, but yeah, that looks pretty cool. So, yeah, the reason why I don't do the complete interiors to skyscrapers is because it makes it really difficult to space out the windows. If you've ever built a house in Minecraft, even if it's just a 2-story house, there's always the problem, every time that you build it, there's always the problem of how tall do I have the ceiling on the floor that you're on, and is that going to be the floor of the floor above me? Because those decisions will determine the gap distance that you have between each floor level. Obviously, you can't have it how I've got here, where I've only got one block between each floor, because that just doesn't work. You need to stand on this block here to be able to see out of a window, but then that blocks up half of the window of the floor below, so it just doesn't work if you're building an actual interior to the building. And if you want an interior to it, then you're then coming across the problem of you need to have at least, well, minimum of 2, but at least 3 really blocks between each window. And having 3 blocks between each window, I mean, that's 2 blocks. Having 3 blocks, it makes the windows look very, very far apart in Minecraft, especially when you're building a tall building. That's looking cool, though. I like that. It's a nice, cool little section. I don't know how I'm going to do this wraparound glass section. I might actually use full glass blocks and then put packed ice behind it. I think that might be a really cool touch. Now, this part is pretty flat, I think. I can't really think of a way. No, I could if we done this, because again, the interior isn't a working interior, so we shouldn't need to worry about that. If I put these up here, and then put the grey down like this, that's pretty cool, because that'll give us like a real cool corner then, like a double sort of bay windowed corner. Oops. Like that. Oops. How far have we got? Oh man, it's so long. Is it easy to go all the way down and then do the horizontal ones? Maybe. That one. That one. That one. See, by sorting out this corner, I've already taken away so much of the skyscraper, or so much thinking about the skyscraper for later on. I am going to leave now this section blank, but instead of being completely blank, I am just going to move it back and sort of fold it back by 1 block, just so we get a little bit of depth there. We're going to go all the way to the top. I'm going to put that there, and we're going to set that all to the same block, just so it sets back that a nice little amount there. And do I want to have another block going up? I might, because that's now in line with that. Yeah, okay. I'm going to change my idea. I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to click on this top one, and I'm going to have it just one wide sort of divot in there. That's very modern looking. I really like that. And this is a window, so we want a sort of floor on it. Well, I can put a full floor on that one, and on this one, I think. And we'll have that one go down to the floor so you can actually sort of see through it. But those windows are the same height. That's beautiful. I think I'm going to leave this back section just for a little bit. I'm going to concentrate more on this part, because this part I do have sketched out. So we want to have windows starting here. So we're going to draw this all the way up to the top. This part, I probably want to finish, a little bit below the cyan section. I think maybe just even 1 block below or 2 blocks below. I think it'll go 2 blocks below, like that. We'll see with the window divide. But these windows, I think we want to have 2 blocks wide. But I'm not going to do them 2 by 2 like this. I'm going to wrap them all the way around. So they're going to come all the way around like this. And then this one comes all the way up. And then I might do the decision to make. Do we do the packed ice 1 block back like we did over there? Or do we do it in line? Now, doing it in line looks a little bit weird at first, because if I put these in here, it looks very flat, doesn't it? It looks very flat. Very much how this is. I want to actually set all of these windows in. I haven't done it yet. I have said that a couple of times, but these windows are set in. Those windows are set in a block. These ones aren't, and it looks a little bit flat, a little bit cartoony almost, doesn't it? It looks a little bit cartoony, and it'll look a lot better once I set those back. So that will be done soon. I might even do that between episodes or something like that at some point. So what I think we can do to combat it with here is do the old capital letters string and carpet technique. String and carpet. And obviously we use white because I want this to stand out really, really nicely. And we put this around here. We put the carpet above it and below it. And we do that on every single layer. And then it looks like the windows are actually set in when they're not. It's like a little illusion effect that happens. So we can do this in a very, we can speed this up a little bit with World. And the first time we've used, well, no, it's not, is it? I haven't used any copy or paste or stack commands. I could use them, but sometimes it's just easier and quicker to just do it by hand. No, that one. How are we doing for time? Okay, we're like nearly at the end of the episode. We'll have to finish this off next episode. That's not a problem. We'll just finish off this one side first. Down here. Oh man, there's so many. Have I done that? Yes, good. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now, are we going to work out how... Where do we finish? We work out bang on. Perfect. That one. That one. That one. That one. Just making sure I'm in line still. I always have this feeling like I do one block, just one block out, and it ruins the rest of it. It takes so long to fix. That one. No, we're still good. This one. Now, we've got a huge skeleton now. Pretty much everything apart from the corner to the right of me has been sorted out. It's just a matter of sort of filling in the blanks. I even think I know what I'm going to be doing with that white section. Like I said, I think I want the packed ice one block back, and then I want normal glass actually on the layer. It's going to look really sort of strange at first, but this is looking really modern. Really, really modern. Once we get the glass in, boy, is it going to look cool. If you guys enjoyed it, then hit the like button. Oops, I quit. I didn't mean to. If you guys enjoyed it, then hit that like button. If you haven't already, then feel free to subscribe. I wanted to have a look at it in the shader pack, and I thought, well, I can do my outro while I set up the shaders, and then it'll just be a nice way to finish. But I ended up quitting, so now we've got this sort of awkward moment between us. I don't know, maybe you guys will have to wait until next episode to see the shaders. Oh no, it's working. It's getting there. Do you guys... Yeah! Okay, just to see. I just want to see how it's sort of looking with the shaders. It's not going to give us the best effect because obviously we don't have any reflection going on. But this is looking pretty cool. I really, really like that. I was thinking about using water for like a glass. Could look weird, but could look really cool. I might experiment with it next episode. But yeah, that's looking cool. It's a nice extra height of a skyscraper in there. If you guys enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you haven't already, then feel free to subscribe. We shall see you in the next episode.